Sahadev? Sahadev?
Yes, sir.
How you written the test?
Good, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
How many block diagrams you have written?
Sir, diagram I didn't written, sir.
Without writing a diagram, how you are thinking like that IoT subject you can represent? For everyone I am telling. Huh? Listen everyone. The way what you written in the test, if you write same thing in an exam and all, everyone will fail. This time, exam will be there compulsorily. Writing exam will be there. They have made a trial for final year students last semester itself. It has been highly successful. Definitely, you will have a test. Means clear exams, writing exams will be there. They will do in a different batches. So be serious. The writing of a way of writing a subjects means answers is not like this. Not even, see, elaborative answers you have to write, especially when you are in a fifth sem and you are going through subjects like elective subjects like IoT and all. No one has written elaborative answers. This shows your, what I observed when I am evaluating your papers, it showed me that the laziness in writing answers. It's not good. Writing laziness, if you doesn't know the answers, it's okay, good. But laziness in writing answers is not tolerable. Really, I'm telling you. And you know your marks, how much you got it. No one crossed at 30. No one crossed at 30. Huh? What's the problem with you? I don't know. Like this, first I'll tell. First, coming to the innovative and case study questions. Innovative question, what the expectation is, it's very clear that I have given a scenario very clearly that today what's the problem the farmers are facing. Even though they are going for a drip irrigation, manually they are switching on the drip irrigation per day 2 times like that. Still, the water consumption, how you can improve using your IoT technologies on an automation. This is a question which I asked. You have written answers like this. In your view, you have written for a drip, sorry, for a drip irrigation, what to do, and yeah, different moisture, soil moisture finding, like that you have written. No, that's not the way. How you have to write very clearly, you have to write like this. Um, a block diagram should be there. How you are expecting means I told how you are helping a farmers to means minimize the usage of water. So you have to write a block diagram. After writing in a block diagram, first you have to write the objective, then you have to write a block diagram. After writing in a block diagram, you have to explain about the particular block diagram and architecture. Then you have to write what are the components you are going to use. Then you have to write how a connectivity will be there. And finally, you have to write what will be the output. So in this way, you have to write answers whenever the IoT questions has been asked. Okay, you may tell, sir, in the innovative question we have written according to our view. I'll agree to that. But what about a case study question, what I have asked? Is the way that I have explained to you the case study question? No, don't think like that. Case study question is there in your syllabus only. And compulsorily, I told on that day that this is a compulsory question, always it will be asked. Like last 3 times or 4 times that question has been asked. Without diagrams, I am not at all explained how I have explained that particular case study question, how the first the project will be there in a M to M stage. So the project will be there in a M2M stage that a band will be there with which will finds trust, and that data will be transferred to the mobile, and where the user can see his own trust levels frequently, and he can manage that particular thing. So this is the M2M. Then what about IoT? When you transfer that to an IoT, you know that you have to write that block diagram. I told very clearly for M2M, you have to write a diagram. Without diagram, you don't get marks. 100%. Keep an IoT. I'm telling very clearly to you people. Then how now if you shift, you have to write like this. If you want to transfer from an M2M to an IoT of this particular project, then the advantages and what are the capabilities needed. Then what you have to do, you have to shift that block diagram you have to write, and you have to explain in what other ways you are going to collect the informations, and how you are going to store in a cloud, that in his working place what will be the trust level, and especially in weekends and all, what will be the trust level will be there. When he is in a home, what will be the trust level will be there, and knowledge expert will be there. From knowledge expert, you have to take from hospital, we have to take a input. Taking all these particular things, you have to generate a weekly report or a monthly report based on a week days and a weekend days. That chart, final diagram, whatever is there, that is an output which you have to give to the user. So in this particular days, the trust level is more, you can contact so and so persons, like this. So no one has written the answers like, how many of you written like this? You can argue with me, not an issues. You can argue with me. How much marks you are expecting? Now you compare these two questions, what I have told, how to write an answer. You compare what you have written and what I have told. Then how much you are expecting out of an 8 marks for each question? Come on, answer. Answer. Ajay? Ajay?
Yes, sir.
Answer. Yeah, have you have written what I told, same like that you have written?
No, sir.
How much marks you are expecting then? If I give same thing to you to evaluate these two questions, out of 8, how much you are evaluating yourself?
I will give three or four,
Both the
sir.
questions.
Three or
Huh?
four. Three or four, sir.
3 or 4. Yeah. That's a frank guy. You are a very frank guy, you are telling clearly. So these things very much important here. Even everyone, I'm not telling like this, only Ajay has written like that. Everyone written in the same way. That's a one big miracle. What I have observed is the way of representing answers, it's the same. Everyone, almost all it's coming in the same way. Why I don't know that. It's left to you people what you did and all. At least what I expect is the way how you are writing, that is very much important. Even for a second question and a first question, what's the differences you have to get between a first question and a second question? The first question, what I very clearly write that if you are doing a home automation using a M2M, how many of you written a block diagram for that? There is no difference between somebody written a block diagram. So there is no difference of writing a block diagram for a M2M project and an IoT project. I've clearly told you that when you are going to use an IoT project, definitely an internet and a cloud will be there in that. In an M2M project, you can use even internet, not an issues or any network you can use. Device to device communication will be there in almost all stages. So how many of you that bifurcated like that? Somebody taken that M2M value chain method they have taken, and with that means whatever input and the production and manufacturing will be there, processing will be there, that they have taken. Paresh is group, they have taken. Everyone written same answers again. Paresh and Tanuj, Shashank, everyone, they have written in the same way. So in this way, it's not worried about that you are writing like that. What answer you have to write, that is very much important. No one has written like that, even first and the second questions. And the third and the fourth question, it's very clear that third question, many of you written correctly, almost all. Not an issue. So I'm given almost all seven. For eight, almost all 6 to 7 ranges, I have given seven. I have given clearly almost all to say. So you are very clear on that. And the game challenges, whoever are there. So natural resources like that, whatever you are taken, socio-economic shifts, whatever is there, and climate, a very good thing. So you have written so 4 to 5 the things, topics, whatever is influencing as a game changes, you have written. I'll agree on that also. Means urban, this one, safety and good urbanization and all you have written. That's a good thing. That question is okay, not a problem. Coming to the fourth question, many of you not written fourth and fifth, almost all I can see. Many of you, many of you have not written. So what's the fourth question I've asked you? So information and communication technologies in transition to M2M towards IoT means how ICT it's doing its thing. Somebody has written, I mean, Paresh Group, fourth question. Okay, am I right, Paresh? Am I right?
Yes,
Paresh?
sir.
Are you there? You have written a fourth question, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So somebody of them they have written so very clearly visualization, cloud about big data about so step by step starting from a sensors they have written the answer. Okay, somewhat okay, but what is the problem in writing the answer? The elaboratives is not there. This is a major problem. This is problem with everyone, whatever may be the question. Elaborating the answers if you doesn't learn, especially in a master degrees, definitely you don't get a marks. Very clearly, I'm telling you. You can ask me that no person will have a patience to read each and every of your whatever you have written. But you can ask me that why elaborative things you are asking. So it's very clear that whenever we'll see one particular answer, yeah, he has written elaboratively, the first thing. And then we'll go with the keywords. So block diagram and the keywords plays a very much important role. So these keywords and the block diagram, if you do correctly with each and everything, then it is good, not at all a problem. But many of you, you are not did means you are not at all written like that. Very clearly, I mean to tell that. Coming to next, the fifth question, now that is capabilities. I have asked how. See, whenever means the question is asked, very clearly demonstrate the capabilities of IoT by considering the example of a smart cities and mining resources. Very clearly, I have asked this particular question. First, you should understand what is the question. This is very much important. So the question is like this: you must demonstrate the capabilities when you want to make an IoT projects of the cities, as well as when you want to make a cities to smart cities and a mining resources. So what you have to do for that now, you have to take a existing cities situation now, whatever existing system is there. In that existing system, if you make a change to IoT, what are the capabilities which should be needed? That you should explain very clearly. The capabilities should be explained very clearly. How I explained in a theoretical concept with heading by heading. So that is very much important here to explain taking that into the consideration. For example, ordinary cities, you take in a city, for example, garbage, first smart city. When you want to make a smart city, garbage maintenance. Manually, garbage maintenance will be done like so and so, like this. So when you adapt the same technique with the so and so IoT technologies, so the capabilities what existing system only you can use. Only these are the things which you have to adapt, and it automatically shows that either the garbage tanks are filled in that particular area or not. One of the your friends project. So brief about that. Then coming to next thing, water quality management. This is also one of your friend's project. You brief about that. Like this, if you write like this, how much you can write? Now imagine how much you can write. You can write vast. So how you should think like this? For example, I will say for this particular question, some 3 to 4 examples. If you take like this, three examples at least. Smart city 3 and mining resources 3. If you explain what are the capabilities needed, it will be good enough. How many of you written like this? No, no one has written. This why I am telling very clearly in first test itself means you make a practice to change your way of writing, especially in this type of subjects and all IoT and all. Having a things, the prediction of writing means elaborative writing and predicting and writing is very much important. So that plays a very much important role. That should have a meaning again, I'm telling. This is very much important. Then coming to the next question, what is the next question? Sixth one. Yeah, many of you has written this. Correctly, you have written not a M2M value chain. You have written very clearly process and all. What is the fault you have written in that? I have asked very clearly that you explain a M2M value chain with one real-time example. How I explained the about MTR sambar powder, how I have taken an example and how I have explained you. Like that, you may have taken the chocolate, you may have taken. No one has taken like that. Almost all you have written on your own sentences. How a processing means, how a input is, how a production and manufacturing is, and then how a process, how a packing is like that. The quality of representing of the way you have written is not correct. So I can say like that. So when you take an example and explain that particular concept, no, that is very much important. No one has did that. So this much things you have to observe in your particular thing whenever you are going to study and all. Okay, take it as a advice consideration when you are going. Keep exams in your mind. So to score, somebody will have a fifth semester. Now, how to score and all. If that is your objective or goal is there, and then in this way, what I have told, if you write like that, definitely you will score more marks in my subject, especially IoT. Clear? Now coming to the class, we'll start with a class. In a last class, just I'll share our PPT. Yeah, in the last class, we are discussing the main design principles and needed capabilities, right? We have started discussion on this particular thing, especially in that, as I have told you that in an exam, when they are going to ask about an architecture, well, now we have done with the architecture. Now I am having whatever a problem is there for that particular problem. I find first solution. So yeah, this is a solution which I need for this particular problem and the objective or a goal which I have fixed for that particular the problem. Then what we will do for that particular thing, we will have an architecture. So the architecture will start with a referential architecture, then you will come to the applied architecture from referential architecture. The applied architecture is particularly the architecture which will define your particular problem that we have studied in a previous classes and all. Just I am spreading a light on that. So that is the one particular thing which we have discussed. Then with that applied design, whatever is there, means architecture, whatever is there, you will go and you will make a development and you will come towards a solution. While doing this particular thing, the main design principles and capabilities is very much important. So what is here, we had discussed that what a capability should be there in an IoT project when you are designing. and what are the design principles it should have, with some principles if you make and these things. So just I will make a light on this particular thing which we have discussed already. The overall design objective of IoT architecture shall be to target a horizontal system. This we have told always it will be in a horizontal system which we have taken from an input to the distributing and a marketing of real world services that are open, service oriented, secure, and offer trust. Always, whenever we are doing a project, these terms are very much important. So, always your project should be related to the real world services. So, real world service, a common man service should touch your particular project and that are open. It should be an open, anybody can understand that, service oriented. So always it should be in a service oriented. The service should become a very means unique service, easy to get a service. So that is very much, and secure also, this is another one issue. And the trust, somebody should trust. On that day we have discussed, I have asked Santosh that how many women will trust after doing your project. So that things we have discussed. Now, coming with the first one, design for a reuse of deployed IoT resources across the application domains. So this we have discussed how a reuse of a deployed IoT resources you can do one to one. So different things will be there. As I have told you that how you are going to use a soil moisture and how you are going to use a digital humidity and temperature DHT sensor for different concepts in irrigation. So that we have discussed. Then design for a set of support services that provide a open service oriented capabilities and can be used for application development and execution. So how a support services you can give and open service oriented capabilities means how fast you can give a service. When something goes wrong of that particular device, what you have did a project and all, before the user or a customer, you should come to know that and you should intimate the user that in your product what we have given so and so problem is there, we are going to come for a service in the next day, please switch off until that or something like that. If you tell how beautiful it is, you will be in a shock. Yeah, yes, how beautiful it is. When I'm using this particular product, so without my knowledge, the persons of that particular product, they called me and they have told your product is having so and so problem. Make it a car, something like that, whatever may be the thing. So some problem is there in your car, you need a service. If your car tells these things to you, then it will be very good. As these method of doing the things or a service is very much important. In coming years and all, this type of services will attract the customers more. Why? Because the customer doesn't have a time to look into each and every things. The day of life is coming very fast, and no one will be free. Everyone will be busy with his own works and all. He doesn't have a time to see what are my equipments in my house itself. Just for a sake, I tell you whether my fridge is working or not. What happened to this particular fridge? That much time will not be there in the coming days and all. If something goes wrong, then automatically the device should tell this is a problem which is there in me. I need a service. So I've already reported to my manufacturer or a service person is coming tomorrow. Please convey this, confirm this. Once he will tell, no, I'm having some work, you come on Sunday, so and so time, then it's good. Yes, we will come. How beautiful it is. Then you can ask me the question that how my refrigerator will know the problem is there in it. So that's it. That is the thing. That is the IoT projects. That is actually to say a machine learning, where it's mixed with an IoT. Next generation, these type of devices will be there almost all. When these type of devices will be there in a market, definitely the customer will prefer only these types. Then design for a different abstraction levels that hide the underlying complexities and heterogeneities. This is another one very much important thing. Whatever may be the complexities there in your project, or whatever heterogeneous things you are used, the person who is using it, he shouldn't feel that. He shouldn't feel that. It should be in abstraction levels. It should be a common to him. For example, on that day we have discussed where is the electrical bulb and where is your mobile. Mobile runs in a Android operating system. Purely it's an software-based device, and your electrical bulb, it is with on and off method, which will works whether the electrical signal is there or not. So combining these two things together, operating a bulb with a mobile, which we have seen already. So these things is important here. Coming to the next thing, design for sensing and the actors taking and different tools of providing and using services across different business domains and value chains. Designed for sensing and actors taking in a different roles, providing and using services. This is very much important. What I mean to say this, how you are going to sense the things. When sense the device or sense something like that, and you are to implement. Just the best example, I will tell you, your washing machine. After washing your clothes and all, it will give you some signal. Just now it's there in the market, it's already there. Once if you put all clothes, everything, if you put, even my wife will do that, while coming to the job, she will put all the clothes and all in a washing machine, and she will switch on and she will come to sets all the things, how much time should be there, how much sinking should be done, and how much sprinkling should be done, all this, what type of clothes, everything she will set, and she will come here. Then when we go back, it will take 1 hour or 1.5 hours like that. Then automatically it will switch off. With almost all 80% to 85% dryness will be there. In evening we'll go, we'll take out the clothes, we'll have on a thread. So assume that if that facility is not there, then what additional facility you can give? This is another one very important. What additional facility you can give for this? You should think on this. What additional facility I can give in a washing machine line? What upgradation I can give from this stage to the customer? So how sensitive or how my actors who are operating this, I can give a service across this, and especially I can improve my business. Come on, students, tell me any one upgrade thing now for a washing machine. Any upgrade thing is there? Anybody? Any student? Any student? Any student? Quick? Any student? Matadro? Any student? ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಠ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. What is this? I am not teaching to the walls or statues like that, right? I will also keep silent, I am telling you. I don't take a class at all. Come on. Huh? Are you getting what I'm telling you? Matadro. I have to call each and every person then. Paresh. Paresh. Paresh.
Hello?
What's your view?
Sir, repeat the question.
Paresh. Are you listening? See, my question is very simple. Now, existing washing machine is there, which will operate with automaticness, right? After finishing the washing of my clothes, it will switch off automatically. What upgradation can you give as IoT project makers for existing washing machine? And you can attract the customers in a business line. Come on.
Mobile app configuration.
Huh?
Mobile app configuration.
How will you do?
Like when it is finished, we can give a notification through a mobile app
Hmm.
for that company especially.
What is the use for a customer?
They can get to know what time it gets finished.
They will come to know what time it will be finished. Any other things? Any add-ons to this? Sahadev,
Yes, sir.
any add-on?
Sir, suppose in the time of college you are coming college and you keep your clothes in washing machine.
Ah,
In college you will know that yeah, my clothes is finished. Means washing machine works is finished. You can switch off from your mobile washing machine.
hmm. Next. Any other? Naina?
Sir.
Ah, ಹೇಳು ಈಗ ನೀವು
I don't have any ideas.
ಆಸ್ ಎ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಈಗ ನೀವು ಏನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ವಾಟ್
Okay.
ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಗ್ರೇಡೇಷನ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ವಾಷಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್
Um,
ಕ್ವಿಕ್ ಅಪೂರ್ವ ಅಪೂರ್ವ ಎರಡ್ ಮೂರ್ ಸಲ ಕರಿಬೇಕಾ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನೀವ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ
Yes, sir.
ಆ? ಅಪೂರ್ವ ಪಾಠ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಲೇಟು ಏನಮ್ಮ
Sir.
ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್
Um.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು See, according to me, are you seeing the slide, everyone? Are you seeing the slide?
Sir, user can control settings from mobile.
Okay, good. Then, very good. Add
Uh,
on.
like modes, different modes like spinning or wash.
Very good, very good, very good. See, according to me, I will tell you like this. Okay, I will put a clause, everything I have put, and I have gone out. Assume, for example, I will tell you suddenly power drip will be there. Now in a present situation, I don't know when the power is off or when the power is on. I don't know that particular thing. Assume, for a sake, I will tell you. When exactly at when I will put a clause, exactly half an hour, the power has gone, and evening almost all till day, no power is there. Then afterwards, power came. Just for a sake, I'm telling. Even washing machines and all, you can't connect to the UPS connections also. Why? Because these machines will take a more power, means units as refrigerator and washing machines and all. Purely it will be with the direct power connections. Now, still it is working when we come to the house. We doesn't know power gone and came. We'll think like that morning I put the clothes still evening 4:30 it's washing. Something has happened to the washing machine. I can think like that. So that's a one particular problem where it's not interacting with me. If you make the washing machine to interact with me for these type of things, yeah, I washed the clothes and now it's in a dry stage, it's something like this. And then power has cut off now, and no power is there. So we'll feel like that, yeah, power is not there. So until what time power is not there, when power gone and when power came, and how it is washing, what is the quality of the cloth that has been washed. Like this advantaging things. Means how a bacteria control will be there, how much bacteria free is your cloth now, the way of taking a detergent and the smelling ingredients. So for in this particular thing, so something you can do, analyze the quality of that particular cloth dirt level. Based on that, it will wash. It will tell in a mobile that this party, whatever clothes you have put in this cloth, this many cloths are having a dirt level of this more is there. So what's the time you have said it's not good? I will take still more time to wash. Uh, these type of next generation are coming era needs this type of washing machines. You can ask me the question, sir, is it possible? That is the role of machine learning. That's the role of AI, means artificial intelligence and machine learning. Why today in coming next days, these things will rule the world. So machine will think itself, yeah, I'm working in a working condition or not, how I am working, how much capability I am working. So that things is very much important. Coming to the next, design for ensuring trust, security, and privacy. This we have discussed on this particular level about that woman safety project. So as Santosh, Santosh is there. Santosh is there. No,
Yes, sir.
Santosh, that day, just the same question for you. You have prepared that project, assume, women safety project. What will be the trust and security and privacy levels of your project to as women should consider that? You can discuss now. Come on, Santosh, listening? See, coming to any of this type of projects, the trust level is very much important. How we should build a trust level after developing an IoT project? So you can ask anybody that how a trust level. Trust level always comes like this. Yes, whatever output the goal you are given, it's very useful for me, and I can use with it's not an harmful. I can use easily this type of a project. This is trust level. Security level. What's the security? That means if I use this particular project, what will be security for me? So somebody could track me as human project itself. You consider what is your project there. The objective is very clear when she is in a dangerousness and all. If somebody mischief, she will press some button, whatever is there in a show or something like that. Then automatically intimation will be given in a nearby police station, 5 friends with a location and all. Assume this is the objective. Then what's the security factor here if somebody acts that where she is? So this will become an adverse, means I can say like this, it will become a reverse. When she is in lonely place, when tracking of that, it will become very easy for others. That is very much important. Coming to next, privacy. Okay, your project is working very good, everything is there. I go to some secret places and all. Means my privacy places are there. So when I go to the privacy places and all, if it comes to know to you people that and all, how can I trust you? So how will you maintain the privacy level of the things when it comes to even a WhatsApp? You would have seen in a WhatsApp in nowadays, especially in a WhatsApp and all, one message will be left always that this two end users, whatever is there, is encrypted, end-to-end encryption is there. Even WhatsApp will not come to know that what you are going to discuss and all. So it will be clearly there. If you want, you can see that, you can read that. So why that message to the WhatsApp is leaving now recently is all I can see. That message is from last 2 months, 3 months. Why WhatsApp is leaving like this? To enhance the trust level in its customers. Maybe customers, they are using their privacy photos they are sending to each others. Maybe it will be. So when I want to send some privacy message or a privacy photos to somebody, how I can trust this WhatsApp? This question arises. What's the security in this? So definitely they are going to give a message because of that. So end-to-end encryption is there. Even WhatsApp will not track you, will doesn't know what you are going to send a message. That sentence is also there. You can see there why they are doing, why they are giving that message. They want their users to trust them more. So that's the one thing. Coming to next, design for scalability, performance, and effectiveness. This also I told. Scalability is very much important. Add-on things means you have to add on. That we have taken an example of drip irrigation. Assume a farmer is having 1.5 acre of a land. When we have installed the automated drip irrigation, later on he will purchase some another 2 acres. It should be enhanced. Then you can't tell like this, sir, we have did project only for 1.5 acre of land. For another 2 acres, if you add up, we have to do from scratch. And then you will tell, no, your project is not correct. Yes, this is very much important. The scalability, enhancement of your adding on a new things or a new parts, components into your project should be there. Performance, the performance level should be always in a high. It shouldn't come down when something happens. Or so you should tolerate in all the constraints. Then how effectiveness means either the goal objective has reached in a full extent. In a question I've asked very clearly the justification and all. What is the farmer needs at maximum level? So I told in a drip irrigation itself what a maximum is expecting from your particular project. That is very much important. Always, if I tell, yes, sir, output is coming, thoda it's coming, sir, then it's coming. No, not like that. Either your output, what I am getting, is sufficiently solving my problem or it's reaching my goal. So then only the customer will consider your product. Always you should think in that particular way. Next, design for evolvability, heterogeneity, and simplicity of integration. From here, I have to tell. Now, evolvability, you know always how you should evolve in a new things always. Once how you do an upgradation into your particular project and how you should enhance your project in a different ways. Heterogeneity, how you are taking a different heterogeneous things into the consideration. It's very clear. We are using a different sensors. We are handling different devices. What's the heterogeneity? I am making a car automation. You should know how a working of a car engine or a car brake systems or gear system, how it will be there, and you should make it automated. Then it will become a heterogeneity. You should know about that. In what force the brake will be applied. For example, I'll tell you the latest means costly cars like the Jaguar, Benz, and this type of cars, Audi, whatever is there, this type of cars, whenever suddenly within a distance some fellow will move between a car, automatic braking system is there. Yes, it's there. You can check it out. You can Google it and you can check it out. Automatic brake system is there. Automatic brake system. Then how? Means it will sense. It will sense. then automatically brake will be applied. How much brake it will apply? This is very much. Full brake it will apply. Assume I'm in 200 kilometers per hour or 250 kilometers per hour in that particular car. Somebody suddenly came, automatic gear has means brake has been applied. In what force it will apply? The car will get down, means the person, someone will hurt within in a car. So how much, in what sensitivity, how much speed presently car is there, how much brake it should apply, even that calculation is very much important. So that is the thing which is very important here. Then how will you do that calculations and all? Then you should know that you will become an automobile engineer also. In one way, I should tell the simplicity of integration. What is the simplicity of integration and all? So how integration you are going to do means integrate the new things or integrate the different things in your project. It should be a simplicity should be there in that particular thing. Means like easily you can adapt the things. The design for a simplicity of management. This is another one very important issue. How will you manage your device or an IoT project when you sold afterwards? The management, it shouldn't become a difficulty for a customer. It should be very simple always. Small component will go off. It should be an add-on. Just take an add like that. Where in a drip irrigation, when we did a project and all, when we proposed a project for a commercial means purpose like that, we failed in this particular stage, I can see. Why? Because for a farmer, it's not a very simple thing to means how to manage these things. We failed there. Why we failed there? How the connections between the sensors will be maintained, when plowing will be done, or when something replace will be done and all. So finally, we have think that okay, for plantation, our projects will be good. Okay, in plantations also in practical, how these things should be managed. What is the life of your sensor and what is the life of the battery what you are using, and what's the life of your board? If we ask these type of questions at all, how you are going to manage the things. This is the thing where you must concentrate when you are going to do an IoT project. Design for a different service delivery models. This is another one the important thing. For one particular person, we are doing a project. Can we convert that to different service, and I can sell that model? So like this, just doing some change, I can do that. If you do this type of projects, then it will become for your business enhancement. It will become a very easy with the same ingredients and the same components. Slight a modification in an objective or a goal, you can give a service to other modules also, where it will be very useful. Design for a life cycle support. Always, whatever a project you are doing, it should support a life cycle support. So taking from an input, giving an output finally. So how at different stages of a life cycle it will go, and in how at different constraints, different situations, this particular project will be survived. So until what time this project will survive, and how this project will go in its life cycle. For this, in while designing itself, you should design your project in such a way that my project life cycle will be like this. So every 3 months, for example, I'll tell you, if you go with the water purifier, just for a second, water purifier, every 3 months that carbon and this one you should change. Every 6 months once the membrane should change. Every 2 years once the main RO or UV filter should be changed. Why? Because the life will goes like this. So how these intimations, especially we are facing a lot of problem with the water purifiers. I can say like this. Oh, in general, everyone in your houses, even you're facing this. You will tell, so I did a service now. After 3 months or 4 months, this you have to change. Means once if you change, it will be good enough. So definitely in our busy constraints and all, we forget. 100% will forget. We'll forget and we'll leave as it is. When we will find out if the taste of water has been changed, assume if the taste of water has been changed, if we feel somewhat salty of water, hardness of water is there, then we'll tell if some hardness of water is there, we'll call for a service. So assume that every 3 months service is needed. It's worked until like 6 months or 8 months. Then you will call the person. You will tell, sir, you would have called me 3 months before itself. Only membrane problem is there. I would have changed. But now everything has gone. You have to replace. Same thing happened in our house also. Now, then how to solve these things? Especially your IoT will support that. So why you can't do a project like for a water purifier that your water purifier will tell every 3 months that what the parts should be changed and what is the quality of water presently now, which you are going to take, what's the pH level it is there, water quality maintenance project somebody are doing, I think. Why can't you, this I told, service delivery, different service delivery models, how you can change, how you can shift. Why you can't adapt that to your water purifier? And your water purifier mobile app will be there. Your water purifier is connected to the cloud, and it will always, we will keep on watching it. What's the quality of the water? And now how much hardness is there in input water? How much output water, how much hardness is there, and what are the minerals it is having now, and how this quality of water is there, and inside what are the membranes may be gone due to this particular reason. Service intimations. Really, it's a good project. I think no water purifier is there with this things means in a market presently. I have not observed. So this will become one good innovation, maybe innovation. Definitely, you see that within a span of 1 year, this type of water purifiers will become in the market. So these things, this type of projects, if you apply in you, it will become very good. Coming to next, IoT architecture outline. So we'll discuss this in next tomorrow's class. Morning first hour classes, we'll discuss at that particular stage. Um, Thank you now. Just, yeah, thank you. I will take attendance. Just a minute. Today is 8th, correct? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. 8th alva? Aditya?
Sir.
Ajay? Ajay? ಇದ್ದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವನು Amit?
Present, sir.
Antima? Antima? Apurva?
Present, sir.
Ashwini?
Yes, sir.
Bindu? Bindu? Divyesh? Divyesh? Gaurish?
Yes, sir.
Gautami? Gautami? I repeat, Gautami? Gunashekar?
Present, sir.
Harini?
Present, sir.
Surya?
Present, sir.
Naina?
Present, sir.
Nazma?
Present, sir.
Nidhi?
Present, sir.
Pradeep?
Sir.
Preeti?
Present, sir.
Rajesh? Sahadev?
Present, sir.
Saket?
Present, sir.
Santosh,
Yes, sir.
Seema,
Yes, sir.
Sinchana,
Present, sir.
Spurti, Spurti, Ilva, Spurti,
Lost. So she was present, sir, to the class.
Shashank,
Present, sir.
Varsha,
Present, sir.
Yashaswini,
Present, sir.
Amrita, Amrita, Ilva, Anusha,
Present, sir.
Apurva K,
Present, sir.
Sai Siddharth,
Yes, sir.
ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ
Ha, sir.
ಚೇತನ
Present, sir.
ಕಾವ್ಯ ಕಾವ್ಯ ವೈ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಮಧುಶ್ರೀ ಮಧುಶ್ರೀ ಮನೀಶ್
Present, sir.
ಸರ್ಫರಾಜ್ ಸರ್ಫರಾಜ್ ಸರ್ಫರಾಜ್
Present, sir.
ಯಾ ಮುರುಗೇಶ
Present, sir, Murugesh.
ಮಣಿ
Present, sir.
ಪರೇಶ್
Present, sir.
ಪೂಜಾ ಪೂಜಾ
Present, sir.
ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್
Present, sir.
Present, sir.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ
Present, sir.
ಪ್ರತೀಕ್ ಪ್ರತೀಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾಧನಾ
Present, sir.
ಶಶಾಂಕ್
Present, sir.
ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ
Present, sir.
ಶ್ರೀಧರ್
ಸರ್ ಅವನು ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಸರ್.
ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ?
ಅವ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಸರ್, ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ.
ತನೋಜ್
ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್.
ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋಗಿದ್ದ?
ವೈಫೈ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಸರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಸರ್.
ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಆಡಿ ಬಂದಿರೋನು
ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೆ ಸರ್ ನಾನು.
ನೀನ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋದೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಂದೆ?
2 ಸತಿ ಹೋದೆ ಸರ್ ನಾನು.
ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಿ
Present, sir.
ಹನಿ
Present, sir.
ಆಶೀಶ್
Present, sir.
ವಿದ್ಯಾ
Present, sir.
ವಿಶಾಲ್
ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸರ್.
Okay, thank you. Tomorrow morning I will give you the marks. Huh?
Sir,
I will
0
don't worry about that. Huh? But we have to change the way of writing answers, pa. Okay. Okay.
Sir, 65 present, sir.
Sir, 0 3.
Yeah, present, sir.